Swimming Pool International, the Swimming Pool Podcast.
A warm welcome to our International Swimming Pool Podcast. In front of me sits Angela Herrmann, International Sales Manager at Banker Manufacturing in Germany.
And in front of me sits Michael Fisser, Export Manager at Fluvo Schmalenberger from Tübingen in Germany.
How are you today?
Well, I'm very well. I'm two things. I have a cold, as probably all can hear, so I'm a little bit unwell, but at the same time I'm so well because I woke up this morning and I was seriously watching the Mont Blanc.
Yes.
And I couldn't even take my eyes off. So it's really true. Even every time I go to the bathroom, I was like, okay, quick. I want to go back to the other window and watch at the Mont Blanc. And I took a photo and I sent it to my family.
Right, yeah.
Because it's amazing site where we are at the moment.
It's one of the most beautiful areas I've been in my life. So, very, very nice. And today we are sitting with Allan from Aqua Dream, talking about real dream projects next to the Mont Blanc. We know you do wonderful projects, hammams, stainless steel, tiled pools, wellness areas, sauna, jacuzzis, 5-star hotels, amazing high-end projects. So very welcome, Allan. It's really nice to have met you and to meet you and have a chance that you do this podcast with us.
Thanks for you to asking.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Yeah, bonjour.
All in French and English, as you want.
Or goedemorgen in Dutch.
Oh, no, sorry, I will not follow that. Sorry.
And if I can start, Angela, I would like to ask Allan the first question and ask him, please say something about the company and how it was started and the whole background, please.
Okay, so we are a small company, not very old. We start 5 years old. Family business. We have built that with my parents and my sisters in 2020, just through the COVID, in fact. And we are not coming at all from the pool business. We were working on an industrial background. My fathers and mothers have a company that made spare parts for military aircraft and public aircraft. And on my side, I was working at Airbus as apprentice to finishing my study in 2020. And the life fact may bring us there to build that project because my fathers have some ideas. I've sold the whole company. I was not being hired with Airbus due to the COVID situation.
Right.
So something happens and we say, okay, we need to do something because in our place we have the chance to work in a very nice place, as you have seen yesterday, with very nice customers. There's queries for our project. We can do something. We can bring the service and the service we have in our previous jobs, which is not the case what we found with the other company that made the same job than us. So we need to push that and to try to do something different. And I think we are quite successful at that because when we started 3, my sister was still studying in 2020. Now we are 11s after less than 5 years. So that's quite a nice story.
Yes, and sorry to interrupt you,
No
Angela. Why swimming pools?
So the first beginning project was to working on hot tubs business because my parents have hot tubs at home that's always not working. No one for the service. That was the first original idea.
Uh-huh.
When we started the business, we quickly understand that the hot tubs business is not the main one. And if you want to work with that customers, you need to manage all the wellness, the hot tubs, the sauna, the steam room, the pool, the snow showers, and all I can imagine and that you see yesterday. So very quickly we understand that making a pool was necessary. We train ourselves, look after people that didn't come from the pool business at all. They all come from other worlds. We have trained them with our partners and with what we have actually already achieved here. And after 2 years, we went into the pool business very quickly. Now it's 50% of our business activity. The other 50% are the wellness, sauna, steam room, etc., which is also a very big part on our business. And for the small stories, at the real beginning, 10 years ago, my father wanted to make stainless steel at home for his own use because he's in love with stainless steel. And may come one of our competitors. So it was not a competitor at that time, but one of the only company that offers stainless steel pool 10 years ago in France. And the price was very, very high, higher than what we expected and what we can do now. So he have developed with an old friend from his old business a concept of freestanding stainless steel pool, in Chambéry, so made in France.
Yeah.
The fact is, very quickly we have find and understand that making stainless steel pool in France is very difficult to win money on that because you need to make a lot of pools, and other countries are more competitive than us. Austria have a very good industry for that. Czech Republic, I think Germany also. France have cost of people which is too high. You need to make a lot of pools to be successful in that business too. So the very beginning is there.
I really believe, as you said, you come from the airplane, Airbus industry, and you told us yesterday you were manufacturing parts which really were essential for the airplane.
Yeah.
So if not, that's it. And because we know doing pools is very difficult, no?
Yeah.
But I think when you are responsible, a little part of it, to make an aircraft, a pool is
more
easy.
Easiest.
Let's say easy. But the projects you are doing, we have seen it yesterday. We went to a couple of projects. They can't be easy because they are so outstanding.
So the airplane's life was very different. It was a lot of pressure. Also, the pressure is not the same because for my fathers, we have like 300 references on the Rafale aircraft. Same thing on the private jet of Dassault. And a lot of them was safety elements. So if one of them failed, you just crash the company and your reputation in a minute. You have life in your hands. So it's very different from the pool business. However, as you can see yesterday, all our projects are different.
Yeah.
No one are the same. So there's a lot of anticipation works to do not make any mistake on site.
And high end.
And very high end.
Yeah.
With very nice outside pool to the very nice inside pools, every dimensions. Custom-made hot tubs, tiled, stainless steel, PVC. We have the chance to have people that can work on all kind of pools, which is also a necessity for our business because from one project to another, the queries are never the same. We work with counter-current systems, Flavor 1, Benders and EVA 1, depending on the customer queries, massage in the pools, always heat, sometimes outside in Chamonix or Megève, which is high in altitudes, but heat at 32 degrees. It also is on-constrained. With always automatic treatment. This is not pools which are used all days. The house are often empty, so we need to be there and to automatize as much as possible. So there's a lot of difficulties on every project, and the thing is that no one is the same. Never. We never do twice the same pool, or maybe one time.
Yeah. Can you tell us what type of customers
you have?
Yeah.
So we have, I would say, 3 ways of winning customer. We have some private that come directly to us, which just go in front of the showroom and saw us because we have the chance to be on the main axis between Geneva and Megève. So every people that came in Megève for visiting or go to his chalet just go in front of our showroom at the moment. The second biggest point is that we work with architects and house builders, which are the main focal point from the customer that just came a few weeks in the year. They arrived, they have one people that, okay, I work with that company, you can trust them, go see them, ask them, or the architect just send us the project and we make offer. And one of the third one, which is not the useful and normal one, we work with only partners on our business with the wellness equipment. As I mean, we have only one providers by each kind of product. We work with one company for the sauna and the steam room. We work with one company for the emotional showers, or the Snow Sky, and we work with them since 5 years. So it's very big partnership. It's more than partnerships. It's more friends than partnership at that moment. And beginning of the year, we received a very nice query for a project somewhere in France, what I cannot tell you for now, for famous actors from US, and we will be able to provide for him a custom-made hot tubs, custom-made cold bath, sauna and steam room. Both pool will be tiled in marble. It's like a very private, very high-end customers, even more than one we saw yesterday. So we just go in a world which is quite different from what we do usually. But the discussion we have with the architect of that project is that if we do a good jobs, other project like this will come after. Yeah. So the customers are private, some public, and very high-end famous people sometimes, but not often.
And you mentioned yesterday that you are also now in the business of hotels.
Yeah, we have made last year, stainless steel pool for 5,000 in Megève, which is outside, 10 by 3.5 meters, arrived in one piece. Yes. So it was also a different difficulties than the one you saw yesterday because the hotel spot where the pool goes was 50 meters from the road. So we just take the pools, make 10 meters, put it down, move the trucks, take again the pools. So it was like one morning of manutentions to install the pool. And it was the first project. So we make that pool. The main ask from the customer was, we want a pool which works all years outside at 1,500 meters. So with a lot of snow. And we say, okay, we can do that, even if it's maybe not the best options in terms of ecological point of view. But if we do that, we will not plug the pool with the gas systems of the hotel. We will put a specific heat pump that can resist at -25, that can hit the pools. And the first winter was this one, and everything works well. To also keep well the heat in the pool, we didn't put the covers inside, like TA system or other brands. We use a movable terrace which close the pool and really keep the heat inside, well insulated, to really be able to reduce as much as possible the heat leave from the pool.
Yeah. Ah.
So it was a nice project. And now we answering also, we have two other projects in discussion with an hotel in Meribel, with inside overflow pool, big sauna, big steam room, because that kind of hotels also it's like a new building. So we have a big wellness area. And we were also answering to a project in south of France with 3 pools and 4 steam room, 4 sauna, 5-star hotel, very high end also. So we moving in the hotel business more and more.
So you just mentioned the challenges of the temperature here. I mean, we're in the Alps next to the Mont Blanc. I just have to stretch out this again. So what other challenges you have in terms of weather conditions and well, the nature, you know?
And several points. First, the season is very short for the outside pool. For the last 2 years, we faced a lot of difficulties for starting the seasons, opening the pools, because the weather was terrible from April to June. A lot of rain, very cold. So we have a big service and contract management in the company. As the customers didn't live there, we just come, open the pools, and do all the necessary jobs for them to just arrive and use the pool. They don't do anything. It's fully clean and ready to use. But if it's too cold, it's rain a lot. We have like 35 or 40 outside pool we must put in run. The last 2 years was very difficult to manage with the weather condition we have because it was very cold, a lot of rain, and the season starts very late. So the customers don't want to open too early to not pay too much electricity for the pools. So it was one of the difficulties. Then for the building construction site, it's even worse because if it's rained a lot, everything is postponed. So they take lights, and then when they take lights, they put you much pressure because you need to follow the lights and to reduce it.
Right.
Reduce the weathers, what the weathers put as late. And that was the main thing. And as I discussed yesterday, we are in the Alps, which is a very big seismic area with Italian just in front. The Mont Blanc is just a junction, so it's always moving. Not very big things, but often small one. And the high-end luxurious customers love tile pool. The fact is the tile pool is not very smooth when it's moved a lot. So when it cracks, it cracks. So we work and discuss with the masonry company, with the architect to find solutions to reduce the risk of leaks, because we have saw on some projects sometimes, not specifically we done, but some pool that have 6, 7, 8 years old, cracks from the bottom of the pool until the top of the wall of 1 or 2 millimeters. So, but it's not due to the pool company guy, it's due to the
The
movement of the
you
field.
said it's little earthquakes, or
Yeah.
it's the movement?
Little earthquakes.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 to 3 on the Richter
Scale.
measurement.
Yeah.
Thank you. But it's enough to put in trouble.
Yeah.
So that's why also we need to not only to make tile pool, but we have also other solutions. To be honest, we trust a lot and are very love the stainless steel pool because they avoid that kind of risk and they are very high end. Then you have also the personal opinion of the customer that not all people don't like stainless steel pool because the design is not the same. It could be cold.
Yeah.
So you face this cracking basically only with tile pools, but not with stainless steel or polypropylene.
Yeah.
Or okay, so tile pools is the biggest challenge.
Tile pool is the biggest challenge. When they make the masonry study, because we have office that take care of what kind of concrete they must use, what size must be the wall, if they must be the same wall than the chalet one, or being separated. They study the risk of cracks.
Yeah.
They take in consideration that, and sometimes it happens still, because also the fields are full of water, so the house is moving a bit. There's a lot of difficulties in the mountains area, in fact.
Yes. Well, when you think about it, compared to like building a pool in Holland, which is very flat. The only problem we have, there's a lot of water in the, so we have to make the pools in such a way that, especially polypropylene, that they don't start to float.
Yeah.
So that's always the same, so people know about it, and so this is really a very big challenge, building pools in the mountains.
That's a lot of discussion with every company that's involved, because we don't take care of masonry, we don't take care of the tilings, the waterproofing also. It's specific companies that does each job, so we are like 5 companies work on a pool. We make the technical elements, the masonry guys make the concrete, the waterproofing company make the waterproof, the tilers, so like 4 companies, sorry. And everyone must work together to find the best options, the best solutions, and to avoid any risk on a long-term vision.
Yeah. And you also said with the cover, no? You have to consider also the snow.
Yeah, because so we are in a situation here where the pool is in France. I don't know how is it in our country, but the pool business is a bit put it as the responsible of water issue. I think it's not only France. Yeah. And also the consumption in general, but we already have 1 tons. The fact that when you have your hotels, the city you sleep in, have forbidden all pools. We cannot build pools in that city because we have an issue with water. And I can understand that point of view, but I'm not agree with that, because there's a lot of way to watch that and to make pools smart and in ecological minds.
Exactly.
So we push the best options, which sometimes are not the cheapest one, because when you make covers with polycarbonate slate, it's more expensive. When you put a heat pump, it's more expensive than putting an electrical heater. But at the end, we explain to our customer which is the best choice. First, on the budget matters, because to use a heat pump at a long-term vision is less expensive. And also, on an ecological point of view, we cannot heat a pool with fuel or gasoline. That's not works. Yeah. But we have still house like this. For example, we have worked for a customer which have an inside and outside pool. They came 1 time a year, 1 week. But in case they decide to come, the pool is always heat at 32 degrees, but she's plugged on the fuel systems of the house. So that's not working. So we push more and more the heat pump options. We work with BWT and Polytropics on that subject, because they know how to build a heat pump that can work in -25, because this is the issue we can have. Not all brands can do that, but with the last gas systems they have found, we can do that, and we push that a lot.
But you also mentioned the weight of the snow. No, you had like 9 ton. You have to consider
for the hotels project, yes, because as it's very high in the mountains, and it's like a public area, they must take in consideration with the snow plus the hotel guests that go in the terrace, that must resist to 9 tons of weight.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's more a safety things than a reality, because the snow is not so much, and if it's full of snow, people will don't go in the terrace.
Yeah, you probably
Right,
don't
so-
go on the
No.
pool anyway. But
No, but it's but the snow is not easy to manage.
yeah,
One other thing that just comes to mind, which we didn't talk about yesterday, talking about this ecological thing and saving water and so on. Is it a topic here to get into pools with solar panels, heating, and so on? I've not seen it.
No, it's not made.
And is there a reason for it?
I don't, to be honest, the companies that build that solution didn't visit us and visit our competitors, so it's not a solution which is push. Mainly the chalet are built with solar panels for electricity consumption,
Yeah.
more and more. But it's not as much made as you can maybe have it in Germany, I guess, because
Right.
it's used a lot.
Yeah, Holland is the most populated with
Okay.
solar panels
Okay.
in Europe.
Now, what we saw on the pools we made or the query we received, that's not the best way to build that, but they ask to plug on the heating systems of the house, which is
Yes.
often gas because it's very big chalet,
Yeah.
400 square meters to 1,000. It's difficult to heat with only heat pump, so they use a lot of gas. We try to push different way. We discuss with the architect, we discuss with the customer to say no, we cannot put that on the gas system because it's not a smart way to do that. We can do heat pump, what can resist in conditions which are difficult. And if you want to be safe, we can also use the gas as secondary heating system in case the heat pump have an issue, but it must not be the first heating element.
Okay.
I just want to say, I mean, yesterday we actually you showed us 4 projects,
Yeah.
and I just want to say this. I don't know if I can make it as a picture so well, but I mean, we have seen chalets, which are from the outside you think, well, could be normal, but when you walk in and you opened the door, we already had like, oh my God, you go into a different world. You see the house from the outside, it looks like, let's say, like a normal mountain house, but when you walk in, you see there's something else behind. This morning I was still deeply impressed how beautiful it is, and this chalet is actually little, it's like little tiny castles inside. These owners are people who said to sometimes come, who probably have more houses somewhere else. And you are really building these kind of pools where we took photos, which actually people then also could see on our website, because they're truly amazing projects. And I just wanted to say that because I don't know, it's hard to say in a podcast how I could not believe we're in such a high level world at the moment. And if you want to rent one, you better have a bit money at site, because
Yes. Yes.
and buying is a different topic. No, you talked about the prices of the land here, and you said actually because it's so expensive that a lot of chalets are
Rebuild.
Or completely demolished.
and rebuilt because the land is already so expensive.
Yeah. I have an example in mind. We received a project 1 month ago for a chalet in Megève, which is an existing chalet, 10 years old, not so old, I would say. They keep the shell of the chalet, they destroy everything inside, make a small extension, and rebuild everything inside. They just keep the 4 walls and the roof, and they destroy all and rebuild it, because we have a project for a wellness place with hot tubs, etc. Not pool for that specific project, but yeah, the pricing here are very expensive. I think Megève is known as a very high-end ski station all around the world, but not maybe so much as Courchevel, which is maybe more high-end than Megève, but it's different customer. Courchevel is more on the jet set side.
Right.
Megève is more height, as you can see. You see the chalet, it looks normal, but all is height below. You didn't see
hidden.
anything. All is hidden. Of course, you can see some customer with nice car, and you see that you have money in the area, but it's quite...
But they try to keep a low
keep-
profile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
because it's more like family town, family village.
yes.
Van Courchevel, which is more known for the partying, etc. Megève is more a family business after, because as I mentioned yesterday, Megève has been built by the Rothschild family 100 years ago.
Yeah.
They have built the ski station, and they have invited their friends that came with family, and that old families that came 100 years ago still came.
Right.
And it's like a tradition more than just the ski things. They came here because historically their family came, and that keeping. Of course, you have new customer because it's developing, but you have also that very old customer basis that came often, which is still there. It will also still there in 100 years, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you built your company. You started 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And this is something you were also so amazed, Michael. No?
It's for me. It's beyond imagination that you started 5 years ago, and within 5 years you built Dream Pools. That's the name of the company, which you don't see anywhere else in Europe. I don't think I've met in my 15 years in the business one company that is so fast from 0 to 5 years and building this high-end projects with amazing quality.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And this is a really, really.
And yesterday you had an example of making a silent pool.
Yeah.
And it's truly, I did not hear anything.
No.
So that project was difficult. So to explain to the listener, we have built a tile pool, overflow inside, mirror pool on two sides, to be very precise. And we were two companies talking with the architects, because it's like appel d'offres in French. We say they send some queries to 2-3 companies that give an answers to a very specific questions and project questions. But they never mentioned that the end customers want a mirror pool with no sound, because overflow and mirror pools are always making sound because water is moving. So we spent 6 months to find option and solution. And at the end, we find a solution, as you have seen it.
Yeah.
I will not tell it to others companies because we spent so many times and money on that to find the options. But finally, we succeed to make an overflow mirror pool without any sound. And the customer is happy, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, there was no sound.
No sound.
I can really assure this.
It was very difficult to find the best way, but after a lot of things, tests and times, we find the perfect
so
match.
You really find solutions for this high-end customers.
Yeah,
no?
because as we work in high-end customers, we put high-end quality materials, so the pool are not the cheapest one. But if we make that kind of pools, we need to fulfill the query of the customers and to make them happy. They spend a lot of money in the house and the pools. The one we visited yesterday maybe cost 6 to 7 million euros, so it's a lot of money. That must be working as they want, and that because they spend a lot of money in that.
Right. And I would assume that, you said you get customers because they pass by, but if they pass by, it doesn't automatically show that what you can do.
Yeah.
So I assume in this wealthy people world, there's a lot of mouth of mouth.
Yeah,
mouth
a
to
lot.
mouth.
It's a
People
small
know
world.
each other, and
It's a very small world.
right.
Everyone know each other's. They talk. So yeah, we did not make any advertising. We make only one event in the year, which is the jumping in Megève, which is like a horse race. They jump the things. It's international show, which is last 10 days in Megève in July. It's the only advertisement we made. We go there, we have a booth, we show what we can do, discuss with customer, but it's the only things we do. Then all is regarding architect talk with other architects, customers talk with other customers that have projects, and it's make his own advertising because we have a good reputation.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the very beginning, it was 3-4 years ago. We need to find the jobs to explain who we are, where we want to go, but we have nothing to show. Just nice speak, I would say. And so I take my computers and my samples, my catalogs, and go visit all architects we have here. And what we have feel very quickly, they need someone else, because in our area, only 2 companies that can work in that kind of high-end project, maybe 3, but very 2 in the area. One's coming from far away.
Right.
And they need competition first
Right.
to push and help push us to go better, to become better and better, sorry.
Yeah.
And very quickly we have been able to have our chance, show what we can do, and it was matching.
And you also do the service.
And we
which is
also do
very
the service.
important.
And the fact is the service was at the beginning the most important part of the company. We have like 60 or 70 pool under contract, pool and hot tubs. The issue we have now, we're making 15 pools a year. So we have to add 15 contracts a year, but to find the people is also an issue because we have Geneva and Switzerland 45 minutes from here, where the people can win 3 or 4 times more than they can win in France in terms of money. So we have difficulties to find people if we want to extend that part. So we have a bit changed our mind to automatize as much as possible the pool. It's well made in Switzerland, I think maybe in Germany and Holland, but it's not very famous in France. Just for example, the Besgo valve.
Yes.
I have seen only 2 Besgo in the same chalet in all the area.
Yeah.
Made
So
by
it's an
Swiss customers.
automatic valve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To clean the filters, because as the guests and the owners are never aware, if we didn't came, the pool filters is not clean. And we have visited Dragon Aqua 2 months ago.
Right.
To discuss with them about the last system they made, the Space and Pool Cup, that allow you to control all the pool from a remote way. And with that, we want to reduce the contract times we spend on it, because it's 1 visit a month for every customer. So it's a lot of times. With that systems, we have discussed with the teams there, because in 1 year we talk with them and just want to see what we can do. We can reduce that to 1 visit every trimester, so every 3 to 4 months. And with that, we can extend the contract without fine people. We try to reduce as much as possible the end work on site and to automatize as much as possible. And with a screen we will put there, just in front of you, we will be able to watch all the pools we have and to follow what happens.
Yeah.
So you work with telemetry?
Yeah. And to watch if water level is fine, if the pressure is correct, if the pH level or APA level is fine, and just to watch the pools from a remote way, go there if it's needed, and then make a trimester visit to just be sure that everything is fine. But it's also reduced the cost of the contract for the customer.
Yes.
So it's win-win.
Yeah, and you're 1 step ahead, because you can already inform the customer and see, oh, something is not okay, and you can go there.
Yeah.
So I think this is something we do in Europe. I mean, this is something our strengths, that we really, when I see other countries, as we both travel, know that we are already in the automatization of the pool. We are, let's say, a step forward than in some countries.
But this innovation, before swimming pools, I came from wastewater.
Okay.
And there it was for the communities, municipalities in Holland at least, very normal that the main townhouse had the possibility to monitor all the sewage pump stations.
Okay.
But in pools, this is the first time I hear this.
In fact, the pool is very late on automatization if you have compared to other business.
So this is very, very innovative and very, very smart. And in Germany and in Holland, it's not so much necessary as here, because there are so many pool builders. In a 50 square kilometers, you have maybe 10 pool builders.
Yeah.
So that it's easy to just drive there. And here you have other challenges.
No, we use it in Germany now a lot, actually.
In Holland we don't.
In France too. In fact, the system I think is 4 or 5 years old, if I guess, the space from Diadem.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not very old, but not so young too.
We're working with it,
So then, but it's not so common that the whole pool world does it.
No, in the whole pool world, this is what I mean. We're in Europe, or in the center of Europe, we are really forward with this system. Than we are in other countries, because this is because the problem of worker and finding workers is a common problem almost everywhere.
Yeah. But
anyway.
in France, we were very late on that specific point. A lot of company didn't believe in that, to be honest. We are 10 company in all France talking with them to take the systems and work with it.
That's what I mean, yeah.
And I don't think all understand what it can offer, but maybe it's dedicated to people like us that work a lot with very high-end customers that needs a lot of service. Because if you go with the normal people, I would say, they don't need the system which allow someone to follow every time because they don't rent their house, they are there often, so they have times and they can take care of their pool.
Right.
But the high-end customers which just have like 5-6 house, which is the case of some customers, they have like 6 house in all the world.
Yeah.
They need someone and they just don't want to hear about the pools. It must work as normal. And if you have an issue, to being able to call the customers before they call you, change a lot the relationship with them.
Yeah. Well, let's since we are on this beautiful side of the mountains, is there anything mountain specific trends in pool business?
Yeah, so you see a common trend, or is really every pool unique?
Every pool is unique. I think the main trends, in fact, automatization become a subject because they automatize all in the chalet. Mm-hmm. They can control all from smart home a lot. That's push a lot. So, and the pool was so late on that we bring something quite new, and that interests them a lot. For example, now we work on a project in Méribel, in Savoie, with house builders that made a chalet showroom. They want to use it as an expo to show what they can do to their new customer. So we build a chalet with a full wellness area. You have the pools, so one big pool, a hot tubs, a cold bath, steam room, sauna, snow showers, emotional showers, so with the shower with effect. And in the pool, they want also a cascade.
Right.
I think you remember that one we discussed. So when you put on the cascade, you need to use the piezo button in the pool.
Right.
So the first questions the owners ask me, say, okay, but can we do it on another way with like a switch button or something else? I say, no, we can. We will put an automatization system, the space systems in the pool, put an iPad at the entry of the room, and you can switch off the lights, put the cascade on, make the control current system works, and you can manage all the pools from that specific point. They also will be able to manage the cold bath and the hot tubs from that same screen. And they like it a lot because it's simplify a lot the way that use the pool and the other wellness equipment.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that's the main trend we have now.
Yeah. So next time I go in the mountains and I look at this, in my old mind, it was like in this old mountain houses, I know behind it's only the shell and behind is a smart home with amazing features, pools, and as you offer steam baths and cold showers and all the wellness you can imagine.
We have the chance.
Quite something.
We have the chance to be involved in very nice projects. Not working only in Megève and Chamonix, which are the main ski station close to us, but we also work in Savoie, in Méribel. We have projects for some customers in south of France. So we have like a big way and big area to work on because the high-end market is quite close, and when you enter in it and you're in. You have one customer that talk about you with another one, and then it's a very small world with only a few companies that can insert the queries they give. So that's why we have the chance to work far away.
Well, it's really, really interesting to learn about building pools in the mountains. It goes beyond my imagination, and it's thank you for having us here and showing us all these interesting projects, and thank you for your time.
Thanks for you for visiting us, coming far away.
So Angela, tell me, what have we learned today?
I actually learned a lot I learn every day, but of course this time I really learned a lot. And I mean, the most amazing thing for me is, as I've mentioned in the podcast before, is like that I look at this mountain. I actually do at the moment. I look at this beautiful, tiny little houses, and I know behind some of them is just a shell, and it's an amazing world behind these houses. And I also learned that you have a lot of challenges with the mountains, and there is these earthquakes all the time. You know, you think you're sitting still, but at the end, there's something moving all the time. So, and you have to face the challenges, of course, with the building of the pools. Michael,
Yes,
what
and
have you
well,
learned?
more or less to take that a step further, that looking at the outside doesn't mean anything.
Oh, that's true.
Inside what counts.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So you can write us with any comments or questions at mail@swimmingpool-podcast.com. Goodbye.
Adios.
Danke.
Merci.
Gracias.
Xie
Dankjewel.
Spasiba.
Swimming Pool International, the Swimming Pool Podcast.